Right now, you're likely seeing a constant stream of can't-miss app ideas for 2026, from AI agents and Web3 wallets to complex SaaS platforms. It's easy to feel like you're falling behind if you don't pick one of these lucrative-sounding concepts immediately. This creates a common trap, the belief that the hardest part of building software is coming up with the idea in the first place. In reality, most concepts jam up at this narrow bottleneck of execution friction. Because of that friction, 90% of these highly touted ideas fail before they ever reach a single user. Success depends on moving past the initial inspiration to find an idea that actually matches the time, skills, and capital you have available. This is execution alignment. When an idea is mismatched to the builder's resources, it typically joins the 90% spilling out the sides, while the properly aligned projects drop smoothly into the launch bin. Developing a high-complexity AI model requires thousands of engineering hours and significant capital. On the other end of the spectrum, niche business tools can be built with no-code platforms in a single weekend. If you attempt a project that requires a full engineering team while working as a solo operator with no budget, the project is essentially over before you start. To find the right path, we're going to take the year's top 50 ideas and filter them through 3 specific builder profiles. Identifying which profile you fit into will tell you exactly which categories of apps you can realistically expect to finish and launch. We'll start with Profile 1, the learner. This builder is time-rich but budget-conscious, aiming to gain proficiency in modern development. The best ideas here are focused utilities, like unit converters, random idea generators, and personal dashboards. The primary input here is labor. You'll spend hours writing custom code, like React, to build features from scratch. The outcome is a functioning portfolio piece and technical abilities for your next project. The trade-off is financial. In 2026, simple tools like basic timers and converters have very low commercial viability on their own. For the learner, the journey of writing the code is the actual product, rather than the revenue the app generates. Profile 2 is the pragmatist. This is a business-focused operator who is time-poor and needs a tool to solve an immediate operational bottleneck. This profile should focus on categories offering direct utility, such as specialized CRMs for niche industries, inventory trackers, and work order systems. The input method focuses on logic over syntax. Using a no-code builder like Knack, you map out business rules to launch quickly. The outcome is a tool that fixes internal problems or creates B2B revenue with little lead time. You do sacrifice bespoke control over every visual element, and you accept platform lock-in as the price for that development speed. However, these platforms provide built-in security and data compliance, which removes the need for you to manage complex back-end infrastructure yourself. For the pragmatist, getting to market is the only metric that matters. Building from scratch when a no-code tool can solve the problem is an unnecessary operational risk. Finally, we have the visionary. This profile is for builders with global server infrastructure or deep capital who are pursuing scalable industry disruption. Your recommended categories include complex AI integrations, decentralized Web3 wallets, and fintech platforms. This path requires navigating API integrations, paying compute costs, and managing compliance. The potential outcome is industry-wide disruption and multi-billion-dollar valuations in global markets. But the trade-offs are steep technical barriers to entry and a high burn rate. This path almost always requires a full, dedicated engineering team to stay viable. These ideas offer the highest ceiling for well-funded teams, but they are a high-risk gamble for anyone building alone. Now, let's turn these profiles into a simple framework you can use to evaluate any app idea you encounter. It starts with this central node, asking a single question. What is your core goal? If you want to learn, follow this branch. Focus on custom code, like React for simple utilities, where the value is in the practice of building. If you want to automate a process, follow the center path. Use no-code tools to solve problems for niche markets. If you want to disrupt an industry, move to the right. Prepare to manage deep tech APIs and high infrastructure costs for AI and Web3. Identifying your node on this tree allows you to ignore the noise of trending ideas that don't fit your current capacity. Chasing a trend just because it sounds lucrative is the fastest way to run out of momentum before you launch. If you're working solo without a budget, steer clear of the visionary tier for now. If you're here for the skills, embrace the learner tier and focus on the code. But if your goal is to have a functioning business tool running by the end of the month, the pragmatist's no-code route is your most efficient path. Modern no-code builders can turn a business requirement into a working asset in a few days, bypassing the traditional development bottleneck. To succeed in 2026, stop looking for the perfect idea and start looking for the execution strategy that actually fits your reality.